Here's Pentagon. Hello, Samson.
Well, we might as well get started here. Oh, Millhouse. If you only knew how happy you made me when you shared that information. Yes, Downwind Sim as well. If you knew the strange, quirky love affair we have with this plane, it is just so awesome. Whoops, that's the wrong camera. I don't even think this camera's pointed at anything anymore. Just kind of accidentally pointed. Haven't used that one in a while. I need to probably figure out what I'm doing with that one. But good morning, everyone. Yes, indeed. This is the digital replica Cessna 310L in all its golden glory here, sitting on the ramp at Riverton Central Wyoming Regional Airport. And we're going to fly down to Hanksville in advance of the upcoming Bush League Backcountry Fly-In. But before we do any of that, let's welcome aboard Pentagon. Rob, good morning, sir.
Scrappy.
Aw, Downwind Sim, you dirty dog. 20 months. Millhouse, good morning, Skull. Downwind Sim, thank you very much, Ralph, for that ascription there. I greatly appreciate it.
Scrappy.
And, Steve H.E. Dell is here. What's going on, Steve? 23 months. Wow. goodness gracious. Doggone it, you guys. Thank you. Skull and happy breakfast stream.
It's C310L.
Great to see you guys. So, if you want to fly along, by the way, or even just part of it, here's where we're going, and I am going to file an IFR flight plan today because we've got some weather in the area. We're actually under a winter storm warning today and tomorrow, so it should be interesting to see what and how much we get. But as you can see down here, Rock Springs, which is down kind of down the southern part of the state, they're pink dot already, man. So like, yeah, there's some business going on out here in the west. So old Hanky, that's right, that's where we're going. We're taking the goose down to old Hanky. But anyway, this is the route we're going to depart and fly south to the Sweat intersection, hang a little bit of a right to Rock Springs. And why this little bend in the road? Why this little elbow, you might ask? Well, there's these things called the Wind River Mountains that we're going to try to go around instead of over. West is best, baby. Now, Jim Morrison, he knew, didn't he? He knew. Anyway, down here to let's see, where do we turn? I better go back to my low route. Looks like Mighton, the Mighton VOR. We're going to take a little jog over here to the Carbon Cedar City VOR and then drop down on the Victor 208 into our home away from home, Hanksville. And yeah, I'm going to ice up and crash. This thing has some anti-icing, so I'm not worried. I'm not as scared. But yeah, we're going to find out what's going on with this. We're going to test it out, that's for sure. Let's see. I'm about to file this. We're going slightly west, so looks like, gosh, 10,000. I'm gonna need 10,000. Ooh, man, I'm gonna need 14,000. Yeah, I'm gonna need every bit of 14,000 on this. And if we do end up hitting some, like, this is the one I'm worried about. I think we can make it past here. If not, what we'll do is we'll come over here. We could actually hit the Cherokee VOR and kind of slide down here Meeker and over here to Grand Junction. We can come in this way too if we have to. We can go a little bit east and try to beat the weather. In fact, as I look at this, that might not be a horrible idea. Let me see if I can edit this. Like come over here. Cherokee. Let me get rid of you, buddy. What does that do to my overall time? This is going to be a little over 2 hours of flight time, by the way. Come down here to Meeker. Now this is a mess. All right, hold on for a second here. Get rid of this. Maybe this is going to be a better way to go. Grand Junction. That might steer us a little more clear of that, because that guy's coming. This is all coming our way. So anyway, gosh, I don't know. This is going to be the tricky part, just getting out of Dodge here. I think I may change my route. I think I might go here, you guys. I think I might go here. Am I flying with G5 or the Needles? Millhouse. That's too long. Connie will be up. It's only 2 hours. Yeah, it's all slant alpha there. Hey, Tommy, what's going on, buddy? Direct full send. You're saying, all right, you guys. You talked me into it. All right, let me get that back. Where did I put it? Melvin and storm dodging for breakfast. That's right, buddy. I aim to please. Yeah, shoot. Good fixes. Put the GTN 750 in it just to test things out, and I think he kind of broke the airplane, like it wouldn't start for him, and I think it sensed somehow that it had some foreign object in it. Ah, what the heck? What's the worst thing that could happen? We got to divert. We got to set it down. It's nothing but fields and farmlands out here anyway. So, you know, why should I? Why worry? Why worry? All right. So that's in. That's in. I got to get this filed here, then I'll be ready to go. Actually, what I'm gonna do is get it started first because it's gonna take a minute to warm this baby up, and then we'll do our thing. Let's check our sound level here. Oh yeah, I love how it loads in full blast every time. All right, how much fuel do I have? We'll double up. 2-hour flight, 4 hours of fuel. That ought to be pretty good. That ought to be pretty good. All right, let's see here. We're going to go mixture full, RPMs full, a little cracky of the throttle. We need mags. We need battery, alternator, clear prop area. 1001, 1002. Digidriver, good morning, buddy. Doing some breakfast and prepping for family time. All right. Do it. Maybe a little idea for some scenery development. Oh, very cool, Digi. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Oh, Millhouse, you asked because you thought you might have to unfollow. Well, I'll give you several reasons to unfollow. It's not just going to be the GTN 750. That sounds so very nice. So very nice. That's true, Dallin Sim. I gotta get this baby turned on so it can warm up. Yeah, we'll just we'll let it all kind of percolate here at about 1,000 RPMs here. Yes. So very, very nice. Avionics, of course, are on because you want to leave those on while you're cranking over and getting things started because that's very, very healthy for all those delicate electronics. The bot had me on the first. I don't know if I'll need much light, but we'll put this on anyway. And all right, let me let this warm up while I finish filing my flight plan. So I'm thinking about a half an hour. We should be off the blocks here. 14,000. We'll probably be cooking along at about $1.80, maybe a little more. And where would I divert if I had to? If I were a diversion airport, what would I be? Gosh, this is the only green dot in the area, you guys. We may have to go all the way down here to Winslow, Arizona. I would think the further south you get, the better you get. We'll put Winslow, INW. And we're going to stay about 2 hours. We got 4 hours of fuel. There's our routes. Or for all you Canadian friends, that's our route. autopilot. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, the Cabri has an an update. Yeah, yeah. I'm buying the gas. That's right. Let her run. Let her run. Hey, original Godspeed's here. Good morning, Scott. Welcome. Welcome. 2280. Comms are on. Autopilot is on. Let's see. Beacon. We're getting ready to go here. Nav is steady. Oxygen, here's all of our anti-icing. We'll have to have that on here shortly, I'm sure. We're sitting at about a about 270, about 285, I would say. Oh, look at that. It's hardly ever that lined up. And I need an altimeter. 295 height. Okay, never can remember how to operate this, so it takes me a minute. Winds are 220 at 10, so we'll be using runway 28 for departure. That's set. We are going to track outbound off to the Riverton VOR, which is 1405. And like I say, it always takes me a minute. And we'll be going 170 outbound for the initial leg here. It's a 37-mile leg down to the Sweet. I'm sorry, the Sweat intersection. I always call it Sweet because it's right down there on a river I like to fish called the Sweetwater River. Well, let's see here. Do the trees work in this game? Yes. Wait, do the trees work in this game for X-Plane 12 store? Say that again, Scott. I'm not totally understanding. I'm not sure I'm understanding your question. The trees are bueno. Stroopwafel and coffee. Oh, yeah, man. You just sit it in there and let it dissolve, or are you a dunker? Geo reality trees. Yep. Yes. 15 bucks, best 15 bucks you'll spend, without a doubt. Alright, cylinder heads are warming up. Somebody forgot to refill my oxygen here. I don't remember how to do it in the menu here. Yeah, we've got over half a tank. We should be fine. You don't dunk on good days. Yep. Yep. It's yeah. It's good stuff. All right, guys. I think we're about ready to go. So, taxi light's coming on. Our taxi is to the left out here. Let's just do a quick taxi brief. Left-hand turn. We're here at the General Aviation. Oh no, sorry. Right-hand turn. Charlie 1 down to Alpha, and out runway 28. This is a little different spot for us to spawn in at, so not completely used to it. Yep, right over there. Over there. brakes are off. Do I have the ability? By the way, I should probably look down here. The cowl flaps are they're alright, they're actually they're closed right now, okay. Which is what I want while things warm up. If I understand correctly. This is just default Central Wyoming Regional Airport. It's looks pretty good, honestly. It's got a weird, it's a helipad. I'm not sure why they have it up on a platform like that. That's normally where the medevac guys park their little trailer. So, might, if I was going to customize this, I might come in and take that out. I think that little trailer is just an Open Scenery X deal, right? Jim, hey, good morning. Happy New Year to you as well. You getting ready to do a flight? Where are you flying to? Traffic, Princess 11816, taxi runway 28 on Alpha, Riverton traffic. So we spawned in here the other day. It was good fixins, Downwind Sim and myself, and we were just kind of putting this bird through its paces, flying some patterns, and I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm really bad at flying this thing, and my best landing was a wheels up landing. So that shows you how the rest of my patterns went. Literally had the lowest G rating. It was good. It was good. Ottawa to New York, and then back up to Toronto. Heck yeah, man! What's the bird of choice there, Jim? That's a great area to fly, by the way. Well, that's kind of what I said, and I needed to see if the Kevlar was working on the bottom. The whole works. I mean, it was a win-win. The C310L, cool. Hey, Pentagon, thank you. Yeah, that was my best overall approach and landing in that plane. Was really a fun. I was most happy with the fact that the sim performed as well as it did. It was a pretty busy night with a little bit of weather, and everything just was awesome. It was just really great. All right, here we go, guys. The mag check. Those are acceptable. Prop feather. This is always fairly, yeah, this is still, I think, a little dramatic, but maybe not. Dropping RPM, increasing manifold pressure, just like you would expect. Oil pressures are very high right now, which is not warmed up quite yet, I don't think. Yeah, but as that increases, yeah, it's not quite warmed up yet. It's cold outside, so not surprising. Not surprising. All right, man, can you believe it? Downwind Sim, 1,115 hours in this bird already. Yeah, Jim, that was that is an actual A320 pilot, and yeah, that was an incredible tutorial, and just to be able to sit and have him help. It's yeah, awesome. It was really awesome. I hopefully you guys got something out of that too there. All right, let's get going here. Then we'll start to chit chat a little bit. Central Wyoming traffic, Twin Cessna 816 departing 28. It'll be a left-hand turnout departure to the south. Central Wyoming traffic. Well, and that's the whole thing is, like, you just don't get those opportunities, and so it was really cool. It was really cool. All right, we're departing kind of into some visible. I think I'm just gonna put the heat on and just have it ready to go. Alright, vinyl is clear. Runway is clear. Landing lights. Flashies. Stroby. Ready to go. Got two good engines. Takeoff power is set. Airspeed alive, 80 knots. 90, 100, and rotate. Rob Valkyrie, hello, my friend. Away we go. She's a bit of a bowling ball, a marble balanced on top of a bowling ball when it comes to flying. She has absolutely no desire to fly straight and level. She likes to wander. All right, there we go. Clear the area here. Start making our turn. Central Wyoming traffic, Twin Cessna 816 is turning southbound, climbing through 6,200, departing the area. Last call, Central Wyoming. Skull, Rob. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Great to see you. Alright, pull the power back, pull the RPMs back. Flaps are up. We actually did a 0 flaps takeoff here because nice long runway, nice cool air today, so good performance despite being up over 5,000 feet here. There's our 170. Before we go too far, let's see how Downwind Sim's doing back here. Be slight turbulence on the way out, by the way, Downwind Sim, so sorry about that. The curtains are nice. It's nice of the developers to change the curtains out after 40 years. We need some new curtains. All right, up we go. 7. Monitor. Everything looks pretty good here. Well, pressures are still somewhat high, but we're going to just expect those to improve as we go. We are tracking outbound now, but we're a little bit still right of course here, so I'm going to try to hand fly it up here to cruise, and we'll sort the VOR out, the outbound VOR. Tough to see. Panel's a bit dark, I think. That's, I know they've done the whole dynamic lighting thing, and it's good when you're looking down here, but I'm going to shoot for, I'm going to try to get to, whoa, I want to level off a little bit here. I'm going to try to get my speed up. Try to get to it between 140 and 160. What's the climb out speed of this bird downwind sim? Heading out of Portland and taking the morning gamblers down to Vegas. Rob, that sounds fun, man. Should be a nice day to fly. Turn on my, yeah, keep it fast. That's kind of what I say. Whoops, I don't want to send on. It's gonna take a minute. This thing can get up a little ways, but it takes a little while. Hello, good fixins. Great to see you, man. And yes, indeed, happy, joy. Brett is the other guy that enjoys the heck out of this plane. We just flew through the radio like a pro. So how about we turn 180 and see if we can't grab it on the other side. Oh. Brett, I am so envious of you and your experience. Downwind sim just mentioned that. Yep, that full motion sim. Holy cow! And then I didn't realize too. 0.34 got to do the lunar module simulator too. That looked incredible. You guys, I tell you what, you're my heroes. You are my heroes. There's 900,000. Father's Day gift, but couldn't schedule it until this week. Well, hey, it's nice to have something like that in the back pocket, isn't it? I need some manifold pressure increase. I'm definitely going to be right at the firewalls here with the altitude. It's all said and done. We will lean out just a little bit here as we climb. Definitely finish leaning out once we get up to cruise. PM Pilot, good morning. What's going on? Thanks for the follow. I'll even give you guys a little outside view because of that follow. Good old Stubby. Look at her go. Look at her go. Oh, she's unstable. Oh, my goodness. And couple that with the kind of the little bit of overzealous wind and turbulence in X-Plane 12 right now. And yeah, she's a lot of fun to fly, I'll be honest with you. Okay, we're through 10,000. We're aiming for 14. Put the oxygen on now. I have no idea if that's modeled yet in X-Plane 12. I would imagine it is. I know the short wings, the short nose. She's compact, man. She's a little compact puncher. I'm almost back on the radio. I am up and down with the trim right now. Just all over the place. Heading downstairs to get ready for your flight. All right, Jim. Thanks for stopping by, man. I hope you have a great flight. And pop in later on. Let us know how it went. Happy New Year if I don't talk to you. Was one of your first flights? And you can't confirm it has wing flex. How much wing, or how much wind, and how much fuel in those tip tanks do you have to make this wing flex. Holy moly. IFC&D. I like it. Beware the bats in meow. And I told you to file alternate airport. Hey, speaking of bats and meows, one of the coolest things about last night's flight was our tower controller in Boston was a familiar voice there. Our friend Sheed was on doing some ATC. That was a really cool surprise. Hey, Kingsman's back. Good afternoon for you, sir. Over in Liverpool, welcome. Happy New Year's Eve, man. Thanks for stopping by. All right, 12,000. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna. This might get kind of ugly here, guys. I'm gonna try to get on a generally southbound heading here. What are we about 210? I don't need to be. Turn that on. I'm gonna turn the we're going to try to climb with the autopilot here and see if we can't get up to our cruise altitude, guys. Quick spots are a little tricky. Gosh, man, I don't want to go that way. I don't want to descend. Give me just one moment here, guys. Oh man, we've lost our VOR because we're probably too far away. Shoot. Okay. Alright, now we're at least level. Okay, so let me tune in Rock Springs, 116, nothing. And I'm just going to actually tune direct to, we're just going to follow this. It's pretty close to what we want anyway. So we're going to go from heading to Omni. And that will turn us to track the radio. Super sketchy. Yes. Binos. Hey, where's my sound? Oh gosh darn. I got it. My chatbot. Let me reconnect here. My chatbot's doing this thing where it disconnects me randomly. Unfortunately, it's happened enough times that I am learning how to fix it. He says, while it doesn't fix. Not sure what's going on there. Let me get up to cruise here and I'll mess around with it a little bit more. I have a love-hate relationship with Streamlabs chatbot. I've got that almost on the other page here. Now we'll rock and roll. Aeroflyer, hey, good morning. Good morning. I'm doing very well. I think the liveries are just a little too shiny. Yeah, moonlight, like, yeah, maybe. That looks like gold leaf along the side. Got a little bouncy here too. That's a little overcooked, I think, but yeah. I I do like the reflections, though. That's pretty awesome. Overall, though, I'm just happy this plane is operational. All right, have I missed anybody that's come in this morning? Let me make sure I've said hello to everybody. Vixens, Aeroflyer, Downwind Sim, DigiDriver, Kingsman, Panagon, 172 Juliet Hotel Jim. I know he just headed out. I think maybe I've got everybody, but if I missed you, if you snuck in here and I didn't see it, Bill House, we've been talking a little bit. Scott, the original Godspeed, hello, welcome, happy Saturday, happy New Year's Eve, happy breakfast stream. We're on our way down to Hanksville, Utah. Why Hanksville, Utah, you might ask? Well, we've got a little something coming up here on Monday called the Bush League Backcountry Fly-In. It's our 39th Backcountry Fly-In. We do it on the first Monday of every month. And we are back to one of our favorite spots, Hanksville, Utah. We're going to be flying down in the Canyonlands area of Utah. And if you head over to downwindsim.com, you are going to get all the details on how you can where we're going to fly, and if you need some scenery, we've got freeware downloads and all that good stuff. Isotope, good morning. I like X-Plane 12. I like it a lot. It's becoming better with every update, and yeah, I think now this is a cool time to be flying an X-Plane 12, because now that they've released the quote-unquote the full release, developers are starting to update their planes, and so you're starting to see things like the digital replica C310L make its way over, and that's super exciting. So finally bought it last night. Yeah, man, you're gonna enjoy it. It's you still are gonna need ortho for XP just to make the world look nice. And I would also recommend that you go to the York store and buy the Geo Reality Global Force at some point in time. It's that's $15, but I think that's about the only payware add-on that you need. Otherwise, it's functioning pretty well. It's pretty stable. Performance is pretty good. You're going to see little things like, you see how this thing is bouncing up and down. It's they're still working through some weather, wind, and kind of getting all those things fine-tuned with the aerodynamic flow and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's got a lot of airplanes in the default that are working well. I really like the Super Cub. I understand that the Citation now has a mod out that is making it fly really, really well. And yeah, Cessna's rocking, don't come knocking. That's right. Let's check on our friend Downwind Sim. Let's see if he's got the air sickness bag out yet, or if he's doing okay. You all right back there, Ralph? Aeroflyer, I have the same question. I want that so bad. Pilot's Air, yeah. it's a safe bet, Panagon, but it is me doing it. And it's just we did one of the tests that we did in this plane is turn the weather completely off, severe clear, calm winds, and this thing flies like a dream. It's nice and straight and level, and it's just this is how it interacts with any kind of wind. So it's a little bit of a, yeah, it's there's still some things that need to be worked on, but getting Geo Reality move to orbit, yeah, so you do have to do that. There's some directions on how to do that. It's pretty simple. It takes a little while because it's a big file, but yeah, it's pretty easy, and it's worked well. I mean, as I'm looking, I won't, you won't be able to see much here because there's not a lot of trees flying, but everywhere where we see trees, they seem to be okay. We've not run into the problem that a few people have where apparently there's like super tall trees and buildings. So I'm happy about that. All right, I need to. That's one. Yeah, okay. I need to turn on my DME here so I know how far away I am from Rock Springs. I'm on 116 decimals ago. So we're closing in 48 miles out. How's everything looking over here? Boy, our oil pressures are still very high. So you know what? It's time to lean out. And that cruise, well, not quite a cruise. Let me get the cruise and then we'll lean out and get everything optimized here. Rock and roll. I do, Scott. Let me get the cruise and I'll show you what I have. All the way through 10,000, so vaccine landing lights can come off. Or it's chilly. Oh, it won't let me turn cabin heat on. Sorry, guys. Bundle up, buddy. Guess I need to chip off the ice. Everything looks okay so far. X-Plane 12 does show you visually when you're getting ice on the airplane. You'll see it on your windshield. But so far, so good. All right, we're almost to 14. Get there, there's this little hidden click spot right in the middle. It's a cheat. The real airplane doesn't have this. You have to continually fiddle with the trim to keep it level. But for us, we get to cheat a little bit. Rob Valkyrie's sharing another really nice tool. It's another payware tool. So just bear in mind, but X Organizer takes all the guesswork out of all that stuff. All right, you guys, we're set here. I'm going to go ahead and go full manifold pressure. Yep, see, we're only getting about 16 inches here. RPMs, I'm going to pull it back to 2,400 just because that sounds like a good number. And we'll keep our eye down here on the EGTs as we lean. Just get as efficient as we can. Not getting a whole lot of a bump in manifold pressure, but I am reducing my fuel flow. There it was. All right, so the red needle kind of bumps up to where our guinea pig is, and then we back it off about 2 notches there. It's about 50 degrees. Awesome. That'll be our most fuel efficient. Maximum performance setting right there. Got 12 gallons a minute. Excuse me. I'm making 16.50, 16.5 inches and 24 RPMs. Everything here looks good. Outside air temp, definitely in the freezing range. Good suction. We've got still plenty of oxygen. What are we traveling at? About 170-ish. Not quite. 68. Yeah, here we are. Now we're into the circle. All right. So preparation H for X-Plane. All right. Let me pull up my scenery I here and show you what I've got. So this is what it does for me, and I don't have a ton of stuff. Of course, that dreaded SAM library, they always put it at the top, and we've talked a lot about that. Ooh, read the above. Oh, does Fixie have it? Cylinder head temps are really high. Ooh, okay. We come down here and open those a little bit. Thanks for the heads up there. Yeah, they are. Holy cow, they're really hot. We'll see if opening the cowls helps a little bit. It should. We'll see. Otherwise, I'll have to enrich the mixture again. Okay, that looks like it's coming down a little bit. Tell you what, it's cool enough now. Yeah. Just open those guys all the way for now. Thanks for the heads up on that, guys. That would not have been good. that just feels like it spiked it a little bit. Now, the other thing I could do is enrich it another little bit here. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. The other thing I can do is pull back on the manifold pressure a little bit. Let's do that. Let's come back a little. Just see if we can help out. I don't know what else, guys. They're coming down. Coming down. How long can you keep it above the red line before things go crashy though, right? Just a little high. Molten aluminum stage, yes. I like to keep it just below that, right? Isn't that the Jerry Seinfeld joke? Figure out what will kill me and then back it off just a little bit with the maximum strength. Ooh, I'm getting beepy here. Oh man, I'm getting ice, I think. Oh god, boy. I'm not going to be able to show you the with my airspeed. I've got to be getting ice here. I bet that's what it is. Okay, we need to descend. Descend a little bit here. It's going to do that on its own, isn't it? Yeah, coming off of the autopilot, and we are going to try and get down here. We're around the mountains, so we can descend. I don't want to really descend at 1,000 feet a minute. Maybe I need to ascend. Get above this mess. This may end up being a shorter flight than we planned, guys. Staying on the BOR, 29 miles from Rock Springs. Rock Springs, by the way, is a green dot. If we need to set it down there, we can. Hi, Orty. I'm trying to kill us. Nice to see you. And that's, Digi, you're right. The icing is pretty extreme in X-Plane 12. And what I also have heard is that some aircraft's anti-icing doesn't actually work yet. So I don't know if this is one of those planes, but we're going to kind of find out together. So I'm going to try to descend here, see if I can get out of the clouds. This is the worst of it, guys. If we can make it to Rock Springs, maybe we'll get on the ground and get the scraper out. Nothing like flying an unstable plane in IMC conditions here. Test pilot Melvin, yeah. That would be appropriate. Ooh, that's kind of ominous. like I'm flying into something out of the Avengers here. What the heck? I see ground. Oh, look at all that. That's definitely ice. I need a sound effect there. I do. Oh, I see the ground. I kind of think we're going to be seeing the ground, whether we want to see the ground or not. So, the scraper out. It's not a station wagon. Oh, that'd be the Cessna 206. I've got a credit card or something we can use on the front windshield. We'd be okay. Flicky, flicky. Let's get the ice off. So the bad news is we're taking on ice. The good news is that our airspeed has increased quite a bit as we've been descending, so. Well, Brett, you know, it's a win-win, is really what it is. All right, Rock Springs, by the way, is we're 6,000 feet. Yes, no, 6,700 feet. It's high up in there. It's high up in the business. I'd like to get us down to about 8,000. That'd get us to pattern altitude. The weather is reporting overcast at 600. How fun. Oh boy. That's what you can't do. Oh, it's really wanting to roll. Wow. Really wanting to roll on me. Alan Sim, how you doing back here, man? Cowley. How you doing, brother? I cannot keep it level, guys. This is crazy. All right, back down to... oh my gosh. I must be getting some serious ice. The other good news is I can turn my oxygen off now because they're back down below 10,000, so I can save a little oxygen. Just try to steadily descend. Holy cow, the winds are crazy. Oh my lord, I do see the ground. That's good. We are generally tracking Rock Springs VOR, which is also good. And according to SkyVector, if we can make it down to the Rock Springs Airport, we should be clear of all this icing business. Oh yeah, got icing out there, boys. We got ourselves some icing. Throw in some manifold pressure here. Really getting blown off course. Wow. What a rodeo. What a rodeo. I can only imagine what's going on in the chat right now. Is that the ground rushing up to greet us? Yeah, well, we're friendly here in Wyoming. I just want to kind of keep going down nice and easy. Nice and easy. Looks like we're going to need about 230 intercept course. I don't know. Boy, it's really coming down here. Maybe I should have climbed and tried to get above it. Lower elevation generally means slightly warmer temperatures. But that's not always. Warmer and warm are two different things. Should be stated home. Wait a minute, where's all you full send guys? Oh, just go, man, rock and roll. They have dinner at Hanksville. I don't know what they have at Hanksville. I think it's a hopping town though. I'm sure they'll find something. Ooh. Hey, I think our ice just disappeared, guys. All right. Sweet. All right, let's do this. What are we at? 6,000? No, we're at 9,000. Let's do just go back on here with you. We're still on Omni? I think we are. We're going to continue. I'm just going to continue the descent down to. Maybe I'll hold the descent right here. Try to level out. We have some terrain. It's not like we're terrain free here, but we're supposed to be 10,000 or higher all the way to Rock Springs. So clearly we're flirting with disaster in one way or another. How's our cylinder head temps? Hey, they're back in the, not quite in the green yet, but they're at least back kind of down below the red line, so that's good. All right, one more flick of the. Well, I'm guessing those are boots, maybe. I don't know what that would be, but I don't see icing anymore on our beautiful, beautiful plane. 0.34. Good morning, Kim. All right, let's see. What do we have? I've wrapped myself in the curtains with fear. No, it's all good. It's all good, my friend. We're good to go. 11 miles from Rock Springs. Descended to where we're not supposed to be. But here's what I'm basing this on. These are, we're on this route here. We've got an 8,000 foot peak, a 7,500 foot peak. So I believe we're going to be fine here. 7,000. Those high elevation, we're past those because we're only 10 miles out. So we're past that. We can, if we want, we can stop in Rock Springs, or we can continue on. I think personally, if we're hanging tough here, we might as well. Oh boy, look at this though. This was the storm we were worried about. She's creeping up on us. Hanksville's going to be a pink dot before we get there, isn't it? All right, what's the ceiling on this baby? Anybody know? What is the ceiling here? Looks like 17,000 feet. Skydive Rob, hey man, good morning. Yeah, this is the beautiful, beautiful digital replica Cessna 310L. It's the vintage one. It's not the fancy Milbus one. This one's way more fun. And yeah, it's working really, really well. 12 weather, threat or noise. So anyway, we're down. This is the Red Desert area, by the way, of Wyoming, southwestern Wyoming, flying to a town called Rock Springs. But yeah, man, if you it's a little stubby job, but it's a lot of fun to fly. Holy cow! It gives you the option of some seriously old school slant alpha navigation. It's just wonderful. I don't have enough good things to say about it. Navomatic 400 in all its glory, and yeah, it's a spectacular piece of art, really. Yep, exactly. There it is. Fixie shared it. I mean, full price is still only like $25, which I think is still a steal. But yeah, Rob, if you like this type of twin, you're really going to enjoy this plane. Just don't do what Good Fixins did. Don't load it up with the GTN 750 because it breaks the plane. It doesn't really do anything to the actual coating of the plane. It kills its soul, and it won't work. It won't work correctly for you. All right, so here's kind of a cool thing about X-Plane 12 is like right now, this part of the world is covered in snow. Like you can't see anything but white right now. So, but in X-Plane 12 and Ortho, it takes a storm to start to cover the countryside with snow. So I'm looking forward to seeing if in fact it gets a little whiter on the ground as we go. Oh man. Alright, so I think what I'm seeing here is that we've got a feeling of a service ceiling. Oh, that's the turbo model though. Oh boy. I don't know how much higher. We were at 14,000. I don't know how much higher we can get in this plane. No, okay, it's I take it back. I'm seeing on a planephd.com a ceiling of 19.9. So, wait a minute, what's going on? Send it to Melvin? Oh yeah, send the invoice. Yeah, yep. So if 19.9 is the ceiling of the 310L, the one I'm looking at is most definitely not a turbo. So maybe we can get ourselves up to 18,000 and just get clear of all this mucky muck. The problem is if we climb through this, we're going to pick up ice. We're not going to make it. Real world, we would have never made this trip. A. B. We would be landing in Rock Springs right now and waiting the storm out. So we are over, actually we've flown past the Rock Springs VOR, and well, it should be snow. It looks kind of wet like rain, though, doesn't it? Alright, here's what I'm going to do. Rock Springs Airport is reporting winds at 260 at 12, gusting 24. Ooh, wait a second. Now this is looking like it wants to clear up a little bit. If I find a little window, I'm going to try to climb 18 and see if I can get over the top of it. I need to be outbound on a 201. Let me make that adjustment here. 190, 200, 201. Be a little bit of an abrupt intercept, but that might even get me down to some friendlier skies here, guys. Oh man, Jeffrey, doggone it, buddy. Thanks for the 33 months. Yeah, I know, right, Jeffrey? Every time you tune in, you say it seems like a lot longer. Skull, my friend. Everybody welcome in Jeffrey Beckers from Gemma Studios. Nice to see you, buddy. Fixie, you're going to head to Christmas dinner? All right, well, hey, I might be a block of ice, but you can go watch that on the VOD later on. Enjoy your family time. Enjoy your Saturday, buddy. And we'll talk to you soon. Downwind Sim, you're always thinking we're doomed. Come on. Come on, you know me. We're fine. Everything's fine. Moose! Hey, thank you very much. Right back at you, buddy. I missed the ending of your flight last night. Moose, how did it turn out? I had to turn. I was out of an abundance of caution for my sim performance. I literally turned off everything that wasn't my sim as I was flying into Boston last night because I've had some issues with it disconnecting and all that good stuff. So I turned off. I had to turn off all my Twitch streams I was running, and I turned off Volanta. I turned off Spotify. I mean, I turned everything off I could. But did everything go okay last night? You look like you're getting the hang out of that new McDo there that's in the Leonardo. Apparently, guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but that new Leonardo, well, the Leonardo Mad Dog in Microsoft Flight Sim just got an update. They put a nice, authentic MCBU in the aircraft and no documentation. So, you know, you got that going for you. Because I think, back in the 50s, you just went to the FBO and you just talked to your buddy and you figured out how to fly it that way, right, Bruce? Did I get the X-Plane 12 GTN updates? I did, Jeffrey. They're working well. Oh, it does have documentation, but it was well hidden. Okay, because the last time I saw, you said you were struggling finding the written word, as it was. Oh, this is not looking good. Still a bit of. Is that aliasing? Is that what I'm seeing there with the streaking? Or am I just having hypoxia here? These, by the way, these are the Uinta Mountains, and okay, just push buttons until the plane levels off. The Uinta Mountains is where we're flying. I think I could put this baby down on top of one of these bush plane style if I had to. Volume 2, Section 6. Okay. In the Book of Leonardo, Chapter 2, Verse 6. Glad you're enjoying that. That's a plane that I'm really hoping that they bring over into X-Plane 12, the rotate MD-80. Downwind Sim cyberbullied me into buying that a while ago, and doggone it if he wasn't right. It's a fun plane. And anyway, I really want to be able to fly that in X-Plane 12. Jeffrey, how's your project going? Jeffrey's working on an E-Jet, if I'm not mistaken, right? Not an E-Jet, but turboprop. Calvin Sim, that's right. You've had it in your virtual hangar, and the only way that Calvin Sim's able to get it started is he parks it on a hill and gets it running, or just gets it rolling and pops the clutch, and then both engines starts. X-Plane 12 actually is doing pretty good. That's what we're in obviously right now. And last night was a really good test. I flew the Tollus A321 into Boston during Light of America. Had good traffic. Good numbers there. Had some weather, and flew it at night, so it had the night lighting and all that stuff, and it held up well. I'm sure probably killing a few of those other apps didn't hurt anything, but that's been the biggest hang up so far, Moose, is when I get near an airport during an event on VATSIM, is it gets laggy and I get disconnected from VATSIM. Otherwise, I've been pretty happy. There's still some things like you can see how we're bobbing here. The weather and the wind is still a little bit like it's on about a 9 right now. It needs to be turned down to about 8. But things like that. Otherwise, I've been very happy with it. I've actually I've actually been flying it quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly if it's that. I mean, I don't know because um, I just don't know. I don't know enough about it, but I know that's where I have my issues is when I get near airports, and which again, I mean, it makes sense. That's when you've got more houses and AutoGen and all that stuff. So, but I mean, I have the same problem in Microsoft Flight Sim too. You get down by an airport, and that's when it starts to chug a little bit, regardless of the airplane. So, the GA planes are actually working really well. The stock ones are good, and this one here, they're starting to. The developers are starting to port over airplanes now, which is really nice. So we've seen a couple just in the last few days. The Flight Factor 757. I'm just sending you guys. I'm not sure to go the opposite way. The Flight Factor 757 is close. I had a few issues with it. I flew a short test flight and had a few issues with it. So, but generally, I was able to get it from point A to point B. That's kind of par for the course with me and that plane. It seems like there's always something weird going on with that plane. This plane has come over and is working really. I mean, I haven't found a problem with it yet. I know there's some helicopters that have come over from B-Sky Labs that are working well. It sounds like that 412 just got a patch. So I mean, it's pretty cool. It's nice to see these developers where the targets finally stop moving so they can get to work on making their planes run in X-Plane 12. You're about to re-release your Fokker. Ooh, yeah, heck yeah. Oh, I forgot about your 180 project. It was now wait a second. I thought there was like an E135, like a turboprop or something you were working on. Maybe I was confusing that for the Beach 18. Scroll. Oh gosh. Oh, Embraer. There it is. Temporarily paused. Gotcha. Sorry. I need to just read. Reading is important. Okay. Well, at least I know I'm not crazy. Well, hey, the other ones will be fun as well. No doubt about it. The 185, right? Is that the business liner? Is that the one I'm thinking? Tail dragger, big old rotary booger. Am I thinking about the right plane? By the way, and then it'll be good to. Wait a second. Did I? Is your? Oh, that's the 195. Okay. Is your ultralight? Is it working in 12, by the way? Oh, Rob said there is a way to get that prop stripe 172 working. Yeah, I tried to install it when they were still working through the different beta updates, and it actually broke X-Plane. I had to reinstall X-Plane. I'm like, whoa, okay. We're going to just give that one a minute. Alright, so we're out of here. We're 27 miles south of Rock Springs. We have to get to 12,000 to be at safe altitude. Our airway here requires us to be at 14,000. We currently are at 9,000, so Betty is not going to be happy. Oh, the ultralight does work, but it's not an X-Plane 12 official. Okay, I got you. Well, that's cool. I haven't flown Shadow in a while. I need to jump into that sucker. So we're going to try to climb up, guys, as much as we can and see if we can't get over the top of all this. But this is a wall of ice, so I'm expecting nothing but heartache and shattered dreams. All right, Moose. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Enjoy your breakfast. Hello to your family. And Happy New Year if I don't talk to you. Take care. We've got the Mighty VOR coming up here. It's 12-7. Ooh, that's already tuned in. Nice. And we'll be approaching that on a 020. How close we are right now. Oh yeah, we're pretty close. Pretty close. There is no changeover point here on this. This is a 100-mile leg, so take it out about 50, and yeah, we're almost there. Take it outbound 50 and then inbound 50. And hopefully this stuff will start to let up. It's still got the visible moisture. Ooh, let me pull that up here. Oh, there it is. Okay, how to fix the sound files. Yeah, because that's what broke it for me. Like, I got everything updated and put it in the right spot, and I got this error that said there has been some kind of an error with the root sound directory, and you must reinstall Xplane. I'm like, yeah. So I've got a really, really cool. Good Lord. So this looks like it's above my pay grade. I've got a really cool livery though from Downwind Sim Studios that I've been waiting to bust out. That was on my Cessna 172, that original one. If I can do it, anyone can. You're not taking fun. I'll keep that. I'll keep that tab open and give it a look-see. I do like that plane. It's a good deal of fun. All right, well, we're back up over 10,000. The oxygen back on here. How are we doing with our oxygen levels here? Yeah, we're still pretty good. How are we doing temps and pressures? Cylinder heads are doing okay. All right, I can live with that. We are a little asymmetrical with our fuel flow. That's probably just because I have the mixtures off. There we go. Mixtures moved out a little bit. Generally in the green though. Being a little thirsty here at 15 gallons an hour. But we've got good fuel here. Enough to make it down to Hanksville, I believe. Well, that would be at least one less project for you to have to worry about then, Jeffrey. Not, by the way. I have a lot to stock anyone today. So let's see if we can do that. Hitching Regional to Hanksville. Hanksville does have an instrument approach if we need it. There we are. Showing up twice here. Yep. That's what we just went through there outside of Rock Springs. This is what we're hoping to avoid. Got this nice little window here. Hey, we're over halfway there, guys. Been an hour already. That's cool. Yeah, we hope to make it down to Hanksville, Utah, and that's where we'll park it. And we'll hop in the bush plane. I'm going to fly the default Piper Cub in X-Plane 12. For the Bush League event. By the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, coming up on Monday the 2nd, it's Bush League Monday. Bush League Backcountry Fly-In. It's number 39. Boss lady, so but looking forward to it. We're back in the Utah Canyonlands, and we will be all be meeting up in Hanksville and plotting our adventure from the Hanksville area. And if we get over top of these clouds, we'll be business. So anyway, go to downwindsim.com if you're interested in seeing the specifics of this event. It's an event that can be flown in X-Plane or Microsoft Flight Sim. If you're going to fly it in X-Plane, there are some scenery downloads that we've made available, and you'll want to kind of take a look at that over the weekend. Anyway, all the directions are there at downwindsim.com. But yeah, go check it out. We'd love to have you. It's a 1 a.m. Zulu start, so that's 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Hanksville time. And we'd love to have you along. Also, if you go to downwindsim.com, you can see the other Bush League backcountry fly-ins that we've done in the past. Leave those scenery uploads out there for quite a while, honestly. So if you would like to go back and get some of the many that we've had over the now 3+ years, it's going to be out there for you to do just that. All right, well, here we go, guys. This is going to be where we see if we're able to do what we want to do. Maybe I should have done a circling ascent there, because now that we're getting into this stuff and maybe picking up ice, our airspeed's dropping a little bit here. We're only at not quite 11,000 feet. We do have some we have some 12,000 foot peaks here, guys. So I think what I'm going to do is this. We're going to come off of the Omni, and I'm actually going to just turn this guy around, and let's head back kind of on a 030. Not only will we get back to some nicer weather, but we'll steer clear of the mountains that are ahead of us, and maybe we can, yeah, so we got a little bit nicer weather. Maybe we can climb up, get into the blue here as we're heading back to the northeast, basically back where we came from. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Looks like a little bush strip down there, kind of, doesn't it? But yeah, I think we can get up over the top of these, you guys. It'll be okay. So we'll do that. We'll kind of fly here. 030. I'm not working this ascent very aggressively. I'm trying to keep it about 500 feet a minute, just so I don't lose airspeed. Yeah, we're going to see if we can get ourselves up here. Let's go 060. Looked like we had a little bit fairer skies over there. It's kind of tough to tell, honestly, because I think things are just swirling around right now. One thing though is for certain, if we're going to continue on down to Mighton, we've got some elevation issues. So there's Mighton. We're somewhere kind of right in here, I think, about halfway in between. this is what I'm seeing. I could be wrong. There's a 10.6, which I think we're clear of. 10.3, which is fine. But man, if we're just even a little bit off course here, there's a 12,000 foot peak. There's a 12.2. So, I mean, we don't want to mess around with that if we can help it. Now, the good news is once we get past this, is we can head back down. There's coming into Hanksville, there's some stuff over 900,000, but we can maybe gives us some more options as far as what we can do. The number one option being, I probably should have landed in Rock Springs and went to get a big cinnamon roll from the FBO. Yep, see we're still picking up ice. All right, let's turn back here. May take several orbits to do this. Go westbound for a little while here. Once we get up where we want, then we'll recenter. Doesn't look like we're picking up. Doesn't look like we're picking up the what's that again? The Mighty BOR just yet, but we can get back on that outbound, 220 outbound from Rock Springs. And not too far. We're 42 miles away, so we're just on the. Oh boy, now we're picking up ice again. Darn it! All the best laid plans. Airspeed is not good right now. That looks nicer. About 30 degrees back to the right for weather. Look at all the scratches and gnarled up. I love it. Love it. Hey, there we go. Blue sky. Blue sky. Need to get the C40, the Blue Sky Lab C47 to see if the proper icing effects are on the windows. Yeah, I should have popped outside because some of these planes, I know the Thuranda, the 206, see, yeah, the icing's gone. No, it's not. It's still there. You can see it on the windshield. But the 206 actually put some icing effects out on the aircraft itself. It was kind of cool. Now we're going to go back 30 to the left. Skunkcraft's updated it. Are you saying that Skunky has an update, or Skunky will update that for you? Yeah, I kind of went away from the B Sky Labs C47. I flew it a little bit in X-Plane 11. I just preferred the AeroWorks. I just like the old school Sperry autopilot. But the B Sky Labs was a nice. It was just a more modern rendition. That's not saying it's bad necessarily, just different. But we got an icing issue solved. Okay, go to that link. Windows icing is now gradual and amazing. Yeah, and now even Millhouse, like it even has, it's even glassier now in X-Plane 12. You just fly it without the AP Millhouse, yeah. tri-turbo. Yeah, I know you and Josh McCreary are excited for that tri-motored C47. Are you above it? Man, we're so close to being above this, you guys. Oh, but here comes ice again. Dang it. That's going to make it tough. Two things. We're getting close to the ceiling of the airplane. We think, based on minutes of internet research, that we have the possibility of getting to 18,000, but we don't know for sure. All right, let's get back going to the north here a little bit. Even if we could get 16,000, yeah, the stall horn's doing its thing. Boop, 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 boop. Come on, boop. Work your magic, buddy. Oh, that was just about a stall in the turn right there. Ooh, see that thing kind of start to fall off. All right, let's do this. Let's level. Well, this is a street fight trying to get up here to where we want it to be. Let's level off and build some airspeed and see if we can't step climb this bad boy. We're at 12.5. If we right now turned and went on the VOR, man, we would be okay. We truly would be okay if we didn't pick up ice. Maybe the thing to do would be to try to come over here to Vernal, just to make sure that we're clear of all the worst of the terrain. Then we know for sure we'd be okay. I might try to do that. All right, Vernal is 108.2. Just a slight detour here. 108.2. How do we do that? I wonder if I can pick it up yet. Okay, I'm picking that baby up. So I want to go to, what do I need? Almost due south. About a 160. All right, so let's do this. Right now we're going north. Let's come back around here to 160. Let's call it good at 12,500 for now. We are manifold pressure. We're maxed out. We're altitude maxed right now. Let's come take another look. Our cylinder heads have been, yeah, they're right at the top of where we want to be. So I'm not going to try to push any further with leaning out. We do have our cow flaps basically wide open. Yeah. All right, let's just see how we do here. Let's just see how we do. Now, if I want to go to nav 2 as my nav source, I have to come up here. So the autopilot is going to go to source is nav 2, and I want the back. We're going to track the back, which is this guy here. Let's see what happens when I go to Omni. Picking up ice like a big dog. Holy cow. We're in trouble. We're in big trouble. Alright, coming off of autopilot, and yes, we're just going to look for some blue sky here. Wow. Wow. Flying generally south. Let's just kind of keep this heading and see if we can somehow sweet talk it back up to at least 12,000. Actually, if we go direct vernal right now, we'd be okay at 10,000. Yeah, it just feels heavy right now. I can turn my, no, I need to leave the oxygen on. We just may not make it up and over the top. Yeah. Just picked up some pretty good ice here. Every time I think I have blue skies, I run into some more snow. Don't have enough levers for your triple turboprop. Time to invest in one of those expansions, right? Get yourself another quadrant. Yeah, Jeffrey, I think most of the DC3 folks are feeling the same way. I'm giving the dude the benefit of the doubt, just because, like, I know there's so many ways that you can configure that plane that it's not out of the realm of possibility that you'd see, GPS units like that. What I think would be cool is, like, if you're gonna glass it out, man, let's just go a full Basler conversion, right? Let's put the turboprops on, or the turbines on there, and let's do it right, man. Let's make it modern, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, I think that's maybe what he was trying to do to an extent. But yeah, are they G1000s that are in there? They do look a little out of place. No question about that. But I think it'd be cool to have a Basler mod. Man, if I could just get right up there, you guys. I just can't. I'm barely up blue line right now. I just can't make it over the top. Let's go heading low here. What's my heading set at? Yeah. That is the stall horn that you're hearing. Let's tune that guy in. See where we need to be going here. About one. All right there, okay. Let's go back up. I'm just going to go back up to the front autopilot there. Oh gosh, come on, sister. Oh goodness. Level. Nope, we're in trouble, aren't we? Gotta descend. Darn. We're not even invisible moisture here, but we're just up right where the mist layer, I'm sure, just makes all kinds of ice. Crazy ice. Okay, let's go back to Omni. See if we can track direct to Vernal. 108.2. Let's figure out how far away we are. 108.2. This is yeah, we're 30 miles away. That's not too bad. All right, 10.5. I think that's low enough. Kind of got our airspeed back up. Shake the ice off. Oh man. Oh, Millhouse, you thinking about making a little custom throttle pod? That'd be awesome. Oh, your Bravo is getting slightly worse. Yeah. I had an issue with the first one that I purchased, and got a nice quick replacement, and the second one's worked very well for me, so I'm pretty happy with it. We continue to descend, and we continue to struggle trying to find airspeed. I think we're picking up more ice, aren't we? Yeah, and I need, like, there's a 9,100 foot peak here, so we need 10,000 if we're going to be on this heading, guys. There's no, unless we want to divert further to the east, but we really don't have like we're just in a part of the world. We're in Colorado right now, where we're in the Rocky Mountains, man. Gosh darn it. Alright, let's go down to 10. Let's go 500 feet more here. Let's see what that does for us. Oh, we're just struggling. Oh, you don't have, yeah, 3D printer would be nice. Alright, there's 10. It's level there. Back over blue line. I'd take 130. I don't like. Yeah, and Vernal right now is reporting overcast 2,100. We have to get, we're 20. Yeah, so we're still too far out to Vernal, Utah. Sorry, we're kind of in that Colorado, Utah border. The Vernal area is kind of down in a little bit of a valley, so you can't just duck under the clouds here, because there's a nice 10,000 foot plateau. We may not have any choice here, guys. It's just a block of ice cubes right now. Oh. Right at stall. Could I divert? Dutch John Airport is in the area, but I have no idea how to get down to it. Alright, autopilot's coming off, guys. We're just going to have to descend. Try to get some airspeed. Just take what it gives us, I guess. Whoa, I see trees. Oh man, yeah, we're there, guys. We're freaking there. I need to yeah, we're in trouble, guys, is what we are. Alright. I'm gonna try to turn. See if we can get out of it by heading west. But we're in a heap of trouble, boys. That's all I can say. Did anyone remember to pack the skis? Man. Yeah, this is why you don't fly on a day like this, right? All those, everybody that was saying that, just send it. It's fun to do in a sim, but this is why you don't do it. Ooh, blue sky. I'm just looking for anything here. I'm just looking for a lifeline. Oh, there we go. All right. Place to land. And you can see what we've got around us here, guys, right? If I didn't have all kinds of ice, I could just climb right out, but everything is so iced up right now. I don't have the ability to. I can't make any. I can't get any airspeed. This is not a good place to ditch either. I mean, you don't have Like, there's a road, I guess. Land on the road. I don't even know if you could. Let's try to make an ascending turn here. Yeah, man, we just have no airspeed. See if I can flick the ice off. I think we're in trouble. We're gonna get a close-up look at the beautiful X-Plane 12 trees. Yeah, I think our only option is to try to find that road, which now is swallowed up by clouds. Circle the clear air to sublimate. Only take 5 to 6 hours. Okay. Well, I packed 4 hours of fuel, so we should be good. Oh, wait, do I have a road? There's a road. There's a road. Oh, there's a road. Okay. I have no possible way of finding that when I turn back around, do I? Yeah. We're toast. Millhouse. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. Oh, wait a second. There we go. We've got some clarity. Gosh. Being in this little chunk of clear air has helped my airspeed a little bit, though. Problem is, I'm down at just over 9,000 feet. Just don't have enough altitude to just say we're going straight for it. Get a nice reflection off the propellers, though. That's cool. Flaming balls of poo. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, Ori, but I just, like, you can see my airspeed here is just horrible. I'm below the blue line, and anytime I nudge it up even for just a little bit, I can't keep airspeed. And my little window here of blue sky keeps changing. Like, I would love to just go right to that, but just have no way of doing that right now. What's probably going to happen is I'm going to finally ice up to a point where I'm just going to start coming down, and I'm going to have to do the best I can to find a piece of flat ground to land on. Alright, this is a little bit better, but again, I just can't. I'm at 120 and descending slightly. I made it to 9,600 though. That's there's a 9,700 foot peak, I think, between me and the airport. Right, or the VOR, so that's the issue. Alright, one more circle to the north, and then we'll see if we can... no, don't be too slow. I know, sister. Come on, don't get cranky with me. Work with me, girl. Oh, boy. Oh, there's a nice, that's a perfect spot to put a high mountain peak. Yeah, downwind Simi missed it. I have been in well, I've been trying to do a circling ascent, and it's kind of been the opposite. It's been a circling descent. Trying to pick out like a logging road or something to set down on, but not having any luck. Alright, so if I go at this point direct to it on about a 160, heading that way, depending on which way I go, may or may not have enough. Oh, there's a little blue sky. Let's go this way for just a little bit and see if we can get some altitude. Oxygen back off. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I can't wait to see what my nav path looks like. All right, well that didn't really gain me anything, so let's do this. Here we go. All right, back on Omni, altitude hold. Doesn't like it when we turn. I know, I get that. Come on, hold it, girl, You're fine, you're not fine. Yeah, we're in a stall right there. Pretty close. Those are trees. Yeah, I'm in trouble. I am iced up. It's not really responding to my yoke as well as it normally does. 9,300. Yeah, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Just got swallowed up, boys. We're gonna fly 160 and just see how far we can take it. Yeah, I thought about putting the flaps out, and I'm just trying to like barely climb, and it, like right now I'm getting a little bit of that, but the problem is I've climbed into a different icing layer, and yeah. Dang it. Come on. Just want to hold steady here. 160 on the heading. That's all I want. 160 heading on me. Hold the altitude. I just want straight and level. Come on. Straight and level. Sister. Come on. 160. Look some more ice off. I don't know. That's the other thing, is I just don't know if that's actually working or not. It's hard to tell, but it's been adventurous. If wishes were fishes, yeah. Blue sky, 4,000 feet. I know, it's just a tease. Yep, we're just yeah, I think we just finally hit it right there, guys. Let's see if I've got any control. Yep, a little bit of manual control, but descending. We're well below terrain right now, so I'm sure we're just in some little valley. Just going to probably have to look for a place to do the least amount of damage we can. I'm gonna get down here and just try to scud run it, I guess. Misty, what's going on? Passengers are white knuckling. They know when when they sign up to fly with me, man, they know what they're getting. An adventure of a lifetime. Well, so yeah, if we can't go over it, I guess we got to go under it. And let's just see if maybe we can IFR, I follow roads, get ourselves where we need to be. We need to be going about that direction. 160. We do have ceilings at 1,200 feet, so we're not legal VFR, but we've not really been flying legally for quite a while now. Just pouring more alcohol now that we're used to it. Oh, I got a little bit of a reservoir here. Ooh, okay, so there's a lake nearby the Dutch John Airport. Let me go take a look over here. This would be a 100% miracle if this is where we were. But if we have an airport here, we have a road that runs south towards Vernal that we could potentially follow. Look at our airplane's much happier now, 160. I'm gonna put my beaver bush flying training to use here. It doesn't look like an airport, does it? Or no, that looks like just a T in the road. Okay. Just gonna have to scud run it the rest of the way, I think. Alright, well, I'm not sure what this is then. There is I know that we're 9 miles away from Vernal. Oh, okay, so this could be alright, so if I just track a southbound heading here, we actually made it a lot farther towards Vernal than I thought. Alright, cool. Now let's stay below the muckety muck. So this actually could be the town of Vernal, I guess, huh? SS Minnows, well, not yet. Not yet, but we'll fly the dang thing all the way down to the ground. Well, I don't know where I'm at. Vernal is the nearest airport, Jeffrey. I'm truly trying to find it. The Vernal VOR is at a 150, which is slightly left. Yeah, so this should put me on a course. I think this is the town of Vernal. So can I cancel the insurance? No refunds, Millhouse. I think we found. So the town is to the northwest of the airport. So let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get lucky here. I think it looks like an airport over there, doesn't it, guys? That looks suspiciously airstrippy, as our friend Slan Alpha would say. Winds are 0803. Oh, good, we get a crosswind. I think that's the Vernal Airport, guys. Holy cow. Vernal traffic. Cessna 816 is make a left-hand pattern. We're going to land southbound. We are right now on a left-hand upwind, runway 18, Vernal traffic. Oh man, yeah, I don't think I'm going to push my luck anymore. Oh, that's closed. Let's make sure we don't land on the closed runway. I'm seeing a single runway north and south, so I'm going to be happy with this. We may have to just make the rest of our trip here a little bit later on. Vernal traffic, Twin Cessna 816 is left crosswind runway 18, Vernal traffic. I am not unhappy with making it this far, I'll be honest with you. It's way farther than anybody would have pushed it in real life. There's no doubt about that. So, kids, yeah, this is not intended to be real life training. As if anybody mistakes me for a real life pilot. And vernal traffic, Twin Cessna 816 is on the left downwind 18 vernal traffic. But that was a slugfest, and I'm way low. I'm not at pattern altitude. I get that. 5,272 feet is the airport elevation. We're at 5,200, so obviously we've got some altimeter issues, but I just want to get back over there and land. I don't even care. First notch of flaps extended. Catch a round of golf maybe later on today if you guys wanted to. 5,100 feet. What's the altimeter here? 2980. So slow here, aren't we? Yeah, that's a little more accurate. Oops. Vernal traffic. Twin Cessna 816 left base. Runway 18. Vernal traffic. Okay, there we go. Level out. Let's go second notch of flaps. See if we can find the runway. There it is. Definitely a closed pattern here. Vernal traffic, Twin Cessna 816 on the final 18. Vernal traffic. You're coming down. As we're turning to final, of course, just like the pros. I'm trying to line up with the wrong runway. Cappies are not liking me. Props and mixture full forward. Oh, and this is going to be a slippery runway too because we've got moisture. There's the crosswind. Oh, nice little downdraft there at the end. You know, it's not going to win any awards, but we're not sitting on the side of a mountain right now, so I think I'll take that. Everything's over there, I believe. Nothing's over there, but yeah. Oh wait, there's some fat hangers and stuff over there. I don't see any way to. Doesn't look like I can. That's just residents. All right. Whew. Well, we live to fight another day. Anyway, I think we definitely pushed things to the plane's limit. Oh, this is a bump. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Thanks, Jeffrey. I appreciate it, man. Vernal traffic. Twin Cessna 816 clear of 18. I have no idea. This would be the part where you'd stop and get out and kiss the ground, right? Oh, there's some hangers. Oh man. So anyway, yeah, you know what? It's dumb stuff you do in a sim that you'd never do in real life, and that's okay. That's part of the deal. So it's been a fun flight. We didn't quite make it all the way. I'll show you how far we made it. And then as the weather clears up, if it clears up, I don't know, I might have to hop a bus. This may turn into planes, trains, and automobiles where I'm riding with Poca Poca in the back of a van or something. Oh, I definitely need the FBO. I need the biggest cinnamon roll these guys make after that. She never lets us down, though. She gives us her all, no matter what. Sounds beautiful in this sim. I hope you can hear that. It's probably going to be close enough. Awesome. All right, we'll set that. Turn the avionics off and kill that baby there. Get ready for the lawsuits and for clean underwear. Oh, you guys, come on. You love flying like that, and you know it. Let's let that cool off a little bit, and let me show you where we made it to. Here's Vernal. So we made it from Riverton down here to Vernal, and we just have a little, you know, like another 150 miles or so to make it down here. So yeah, we'll see what this storm does, and maybe later on we'll try to fly the rest of it. I don't know. We don't know. We will leave our options open, but yeah. In the meantime, that was a bit more adventurous than normal here. Ooh, hey, let's do this. Excuse me. Let's see how bad it was, you guys. Oh no, it's freezing. Dang it! It better not. Heck. All right, well. It's not going to let me do the replay, unfortunately, which is a bad way to end the stream. I'm really bummed about that. But let's look at the pretty. We can look at the pretty picture instead. Wow. All right. But anyway, well, hey, that was fun. That was a lot of fun, in fact, and highly stressful, but hopefully entertaining as well. So let me do some thank yous, and we'll probably wrap things up here.
Thanks for watching my papa.
Jeffrey Becker, thank you for the cheer bits and the 33-month re-ascription. Steve PHL, thank you as well. 23 months. And Downwind Sim, 20 months. You guys, those long-time re-subscriptions, man, they really mean a lot to me. And I greatly appreciate that. We also had a follow from PM Pilot. That is fantastic. You guys, we're inching ever so. We're dangerously close to that 1,000 follower mark right now. I think we're sitting at about 995. Yeah, as soon as we get that, man, we're going to celebrate. We're going to have some kind of celebration, giveaway, the whole works. So you guys, you guys are awesome. I can't thank you enough. My next flight, by the way, the dog said hello. My next flight is scheduled for Monday, Bush League Monday. Again, head to downwindsim.com if you would like more information on that flight. But there's a possibility I might fly later on today too. Who knows? It's New Year's Eve. Probably have some plans. I don't know. But if I do end up flying, I will give you a ping and we'll go have some fun. So Happy New Year's to everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm going to send you over to Allison Johnson and let's go see what vintage prop liner. Oh, she's in the DC3. Very cool. Go say hello to her. I'll meet you over there. And again, thanks guys for a fun morning. Happy New Year and God bless.